Imagine a city so alive with ideas that scholars traveled across deserts and seas just to be part of it. Alexandria, founded by Alexander the Great in 331 BCE, was not just a city. It was the intellectual heartbeat of the ancient world. At its center stood a place like no other, the Great Library of Alexandria. This wasn't just some dusty building filled with forgotten scrolls. No, it was the ultimate knowledge factory, a place where the greatest minds of the ancient world gathered to write, debate, and innovate. At its peak, the library housed hundreds of thousands of scrolls, the accumulated wisdom of civilizations from Egypt, Greece, Persia, India, and beyond. It was humanity's greatest treasure trove of knowledge, a place where the world's stories, science, philosophy, and dreams were preserved. The library was more than a repository. It was a beacon of human curiosity and ambition. Here, Euclid, the father of geometry, laid down the principles that would define mathematics for thousands of years. His Elements wasn't just a textbook. It was the foundation of everything from architecture to modern computer science. Imagine walking through the halls and overhearing Euclid explaining how shapes and numbers governed reality itself. Then there was Eratosthenes, the chief librarian who did something that would baffle many even today. Using just the angles of shadows cast in two cities, he calculated the Earth's circumference with stunning accuracy. This was 2,200 years ago, long before satellites or GPS. His work was a triumph of observation and intellect, proving that knowledge could unveil the mysteries of the universe. Archimedes, though born in nearby Syracuse, was closely linked to the intellectual spirit of Alexandria. His discoveries in physics and engineering, levers, pulleys, and the famous Eureka moment were legendary. Imagine his mind racing as he developed war machines that could defend cities or devices that could move massive weights. Archimedes was the embodiment of genius harnessing the laws of nature. The astronomer Hipparchus catalogued stars and mapped the heavens, laying the groundwork for celestial navigation that guided explorers for centuries. Hero of Alexandria invented early steam-powered machines, tiny engines that seemed to anticipate the Industrial Revolution by nearly 2,000 years. It was a city of inventions and bold ideas. Claudius Ptolemy, centuries later, wrote the Almagest here, the definitive work on astronomy for over 1,400 years. His geocentric model, though eventually disproven, was the lens through which the world viewed the cosmos for generations. And Hypatia, the philosopher, mathematician, and teacher, became the last great beacon of Alexandria's golden age. A woman of fierce intellect and courage, she taught about the stars, mathematics, and philosophy, until her tragic murder symbolized the violent twilight of this era of knowledge. Inside those scrolls lay the secrets of medicine, far more advanced than many might expect. Ancient physicians documented surgical techniques, treatments for wounds, fractures, and diseases, medical wisdom that might have accelerated humanity's progress if only it had survived. Philosophy flourished here too. Thinkers debated ethics, existence, and the nature of the cosmos, building on the work of Plato and Aristotle, shaping ideas that still influence how we think today. Astronomy scrolls detailed star charts and planetary movements, while engineering texts revealed blueprints for automata, early robots, and complex water clocks. These weren't just theoretical musings. These inventions shaped everyday life and inspired awe. The city itself was a marvel, crowned by the pharaohs of Alexandria, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, its light guiding ships safely to harbor. Alexandria was a melting pot, a crossroads where Greek, Egyptian, Jewish, and Persian cultures mingled, translating and preserving knowledge from across the ancient world. This fusion of ideas fueled unprecedented innovation and understanding, connecting East and West through the power of learning. But the story takes a tragic turn. The destruction of the Alexandrian library was not a single event, but a slow unraveling over centuries. In 48 BCE, Julius Caesar's troops set fire to the Egyptian fleet during a battle in Alexandria's harbor, and the flames spread, likely destroying a huge portion of the library's priceless scrolls. Later in the 270 CE, Emperor Aurelian fought to reclaim the city from Queen Zenobia of Palmyra. The ensuing chaos caused further damage to the library. Then, as Christianity rose to dominance, some accounts say that Patriarch Theophilus ordered the destruction of pagan temples in 391 CE, which likely included the Serapeum, the temple connected to the library's collection. The death of Hypatia in 415 CE, brutally murdered by a mob, became a chilling symbol of the violent end of Alexandria's age of learning. By the time of the Muslim conquest in the 7th century CE, the library was most likely gone, though stories persist that its scrolls were destroyed by Caliph Omar's decree, though historians debate this fiercely. Despite this devastation, Alexandria's legacy did not vanish. Its knowledge survived in other centers of learning, especially in the Byzantine and Islamic worlds. Baghdad's House of Wisdom, centuries later, became a new beacon, translating and preserving texts from Alexandria and beyond. The spirit of curiosity that thrived there echoed through time, inspiring the Renaissance and the scientific revolutions to come. So why does the story of the Alexandrian Library still matter today? Because it teaches us about the power and fragility of knowledge. It reminds us that wisdom isn't just a collection of facts or books. It's a flame passed from generation to generation, sometimes flickering, sometimes blazing bright. In our digital age, where knowledge seems limitless and just a click away, Alexandria warns us of the dangers still lurking. Wars, censorship, neglect, and ignorance threaten to snuff out the light of learning. But its spirit lives on in every university, every library, every research lab. It calls us to protect knowledge, to encourage curiosity, and to embrace diverse perspectives, just as Alexandria did. Could we solve modern medical mysteries if we reclaimed lost scrolls? Could ancient engineering concepts buried for millennia inspire solutions to today's energy crises? Could the philosophical insights of Hypatia and her peers help us navigate our turbulent world? The Alexandrian Library was more than a building. It was humanity's insatiable curiosity and daring. It was a hub of connection across cultures and disciplines. So here's a challenge. In a world overflowing with information, how will you be a guardian of knowledge? How will you ensure the flame of curiosity continues to burn bright so that centuries from now, future generations don't just inherit digital libraries, but the passion for discovery that fueled Alexandria's golden age? Because in the end, knowledge isn't just about what we know, it's about why we seek to know more.